Welcome to Only One You Need Radio. We're not the only one you need. You are. We just show you how to get out of your own way. With your host, speaker, author, business coach, and consultant, David Dubé.
Welcome to Only One You Need Radio. It's your host, David Dubé. So excited to have you, as always. In this episode, I want to talk about receiving. Yes, I said it, receiving. This is an important part of existence, important part of our three-dimensional existence, how we receive things in our lives. So many of us want more than what we've got. It's inevitable. If you are human and you are living, you're going to want something you do not have. This is always the case. And sometimes it's just periodical, as in, well, it's dinner time, I'm hungry, you now want food. Sometimes it's not, and it's a want-based thing where you want that new car or that vacation that you want to go on or that concert, that experience you want to participate in. This is inevitable, and it's a great thing to have. It's an awesome thing to have. And I know myself, I know a lot of people struggle with achieving those things, with having the ability to achieve those things. And there's no reason this should be the case. You shouldn't. Struggle is real because we make struggle real. Now, that might be a statement that you don't agree with, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You shouldn't agree with everything I say. But if you don't agree with that, why? That's what I want to talk about. Why don't you have what it is that you truly desire in your life? Now, by me stating that, I also want you to understand I don't have all the things that I want either in my life. I am blessed where I have more of the things that I want than I've ever had before, but I also believe that there's an understanding that comes with that. And when I share this with you, hopefully you will use this material and apply it to your life so you can have those things as well. There's so much that goes into who we are as individuals and why we believe what we believe, because literally your life is a representation of your belief system. And if you do not know why things aren't going the way you want them to, it has to do with the things you believe in your life. That's it. It literally has to do with what you believe. You have these expectations, and you have expectations that are the way they are in their life because of your past experiences. I talked about this before in a number of episodes. You know, in episode number 5, I talk about the world of beliefs. Episode 6, I talk about moving beyond those beliefs. Number 8, I talk about the thoughts you think and why this is so important. You have to have a mindset that wants more than you have now. And you also have to know how to verbalize those things. Like in episode 10, I talk about the rewards in life. And if you don't know this, if you don't have, do you receive what you deserve? It's because you don't believe you deserve it that you don't receive it. We live in a universe that even science dictates is based upon energy, and that you attract things to you based on energy, right? You have to already think and feel a certain way before something can show up and appear in your existence, in your life. Yet we are beaten by society to tell us that that's not the case, that you have to work hard for everything that you want in your life. I'm not saying not to work hard. Yes, do work hard, but don't work hard on something that you're hating in the moment. If you hate it, don't do it. You have to be in love with it. You have to love the idea of it, or you have to love the outcome more than the action of doing it, knowing that the reward is greater than the current. But you have to feel fulfilled in that. If you want to receive what it is that you truly desire, it takes a feeling of fulfillment to have it. If you don't feel fulfilled, if you feel it's distant from you, you will never have it. It'll always be distant from you then. This is the part that really breaks the camel's back, because few people, once again, we get things, but we seldom understand them. If you do not understand that that's a possibility for you, you'll never have it. If it always feels like it's a missing component to you, you'll never have it. You have to feel as if it is already yours, and you will have it. People who want families, people who want to start families, feel as if you are in a family, that you have a family, and then family comes to you. Then that's where you're going to find that love is already there. You're not seeking that love. If you're seeking it, it will always be distant from you. See, the reason why we don't find who we are as individuals, the reason why we don't know who we are as individuals, because we don't feel like we're whole. We're always feeling as if we're missing something. And if you always feel like you're missing something, you'll never have that in which you want. You can't be separate from that in which you are. But most of us feel that way, and society tells you that you're that way. And so it makes it difficult to come together and be that in which you are already. It's like this catch-22, and it's crazy to think that way. It's also crazy to think this way. People hear this and they're like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it makes sense. Because energy is energy. And if energy is energy, you can't attract anything that's not like you. So you have to be like it already. So what does it feel like to have, do, and be what it is that you want to have, do, and be? Feel that now. Like, think about that. Close your eyes. If you're driving, don't do this. But if you're in a place where it is possible to do that, I would say close your eyes. Imagine what it is that you want. But even there's steps to do before that. And I don't know. Do I want to share that with you? Do I? I mean, I do. I know I do. But there's several steps that go along with this. But innately, it's the idea of, what is it you truly want? You have to think about what you truly want. You have to experience that in what you truly want in your mind's eye before you have it. Because when you have that experience, it actually becomes more real to you. And your body then represents that realness of it internally. Because it creates the chemicals that are released in the body that create that excitement, that feeling of, this is mine already. I already have this. But what most of us do is we say, well, that's too far away from us, or they're too good for us, or that's too good for me. If it's too good for you, once again, you'll never have it because it's too good for you, mind you. It's away from you. It's not in your possession already. You have to have it in your possession already. And the way you have it in your possession already is to feel it already as if it is there already, or you're there already, or you're having the experience already. Already? So you have to receive it first before you can have it physically. And that's what this is about. How do you do that? And you have to feel it first. This is why feeling is so vitally important. It's that sixth sense, right? We live basically by our five senses, but that sixth sense is the most important one to make the five senses realize that you already have it. Because if you can't do that, then it's not yours. You'll never have it. You will always be chasing it. We're always chasing our tail because of that. And it's so crazy to think about. If you knew what you knew and you applied it this way, you would have more of what you truly desire in your life than ever before. There would be no question as to it. You would have it. It would be there. But we love the struggle. We think we have to work hard for it. I'm not saying you don't have to work hard for it, but wouldn't you rather be inspired and then work hard in the inspiration of, as opposed to work hard and then never get it? Or it always seems to elude you? How many people do you know work hard for everything and yet they seem to get punished all the time? And they always talk about how they're getting punished for something. And it's funny, that's an outlook that they have. It's not necessarily a punishment. It's like your emotional state's teaching you something and you're not listening to it. Therefore, you always feel punished by something else. It's an external punishment for an internal game. And when you can't play the game internally, you'll never have the external experience of winning that game. It won't happen. You know, your favorite sporting team loses because of that as well. If you play sports, you lose because of that as well. It's crazy to think about. And yet at the same time, it's not when it starts working for you. When you put it together appropriately and it starts working the right way, your life begins to change drastically. I don't chase love. In fact, I couldn't tell you the last time I chased love. I don't have to chase love. It finds me. And the stories I have around it, kind of crazy. But it's because I already feel loved, that love chases me. I mean, literally, I remember the second date with my last girlfriend. She was giving me the eyes, and I looked at her, and I said, just say it already. She's like, and she denied me. She was like, say what? And it was the third time we went out. Once again, she gave me those eyes, and I just said, okay, so say it. Say it already. That's fine. It's okay to say it already. And it's crazy to think it can happen so quickly, but you attract it. It's there for that reason. You've attracted it for that reason. You don't have to seek for what's already there. If you believe it, and not only believe it, remember the 4 stages of 4 stages of belief? Get to that 4th stage. You never have to hope for anything anymore. Hope goes out the window. You don't have to hope anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to not hope that it's going to work out and just know that it's going to work out? I totally would rather know than to hope any day of the week. So I hope this finds good ears. I don't hope. If you've listened to this, may this be a lesson that you can implement today. Because if you do that, guaranteed that your life is going to begin to change in ways that you, my friend, have never, ever, ever, ever thought of possible for yourself. This is absolutely huge. If you want to receive what it is that you truly desire, do what I've shared. Your life will change. I mean, I can't guarantee anything, right? Life, there are no guarantees. But just do it. What does it hurt to try it? To implement this? See, there is no try. So you either have to do or you do not. But if you do this, watch your life change. If you found this useful, if you found this helpful, share this out. Give this to someone who could use this. It's David Dubé with Only One You Need Radio. It's time that you be the person you're meant to be. Believe in all that you're capable of and become more than you thought imaginable. I look forward to catching you on the next episode. Take care.